And welcome back to the show. Well, if you've been following our social media, you will know that over the past few weeks, Lee and I have been up on the Gold Coast covering a lot of the things that there are to do up there. And we promised you that we would bring some of them to our shows over the next few weeks. Well, we're going to start this week by taking a look at Movie World. Now, Lee and I have been to Movie World a few times now. So Lee, tell us a little bit about what is new at Movie World at the moment. Like, what do we go and see? What do we do while we're at Movie World?
Well, I think, there's a blend of new and old, which is really nice. When you go there, there's things that you're like, oh, I want to do that again. But then there's the new experiences as well. So I think the Hollywood Stunt Driver show, I believe it's different to when I last saw it. It seemed like it was different.
Yeah.
It's been a few years since I've seen it. But I do remember previously a dominant character called Rodney, and I'd seen that show many times over. So it was nice to sit down and see a different show. It's still a lot of audience participation. They pull out people from the crowd and they get to be on camera and they record a little story of of what the show's about. And of course the stunts are quite amazing. Just, the driving skills in tight circles and very small area to drive in, and you have the comic relief in the show as well, which is always fun. It's always that, chasing someone or trying to capture someone or that kind of story. And then of course, I don't want to give too much away because if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go. But yeah, there's some comic relief, and I found the comic relief character quite funny, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you also did the Wild West ride. Was that one of the rides that you did this time as well?
Yes, and I've been on that many a time. It's one of my favourites, and so I wanted to go on it more, but being school holidays, the lines were just a little long. But I did actually get to go on it a couple of times because we got a pass, which if you look out for, actually I'm going to give a shout out to Oz Experience. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not a sponsor or anything, but we often get good deals through them, and we got a 7-day pass, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. For the theme parks. And yeah, it's great because we could go a couple of times.
And I've noticed if you're heading up there in the next few weeks at the moment, they're actually doing an offer where you can buy Dreamworld tickets, a 2-day pass for the price of a 1-day pass.
Yeah, that's good because we didn't get to go to that this time. But we did go, obviously, to Movie World. So, yeah, the Wild Wild West, that is one of my favourite rides. It's a little roller coaster, but you can come down. When you come down at the end, you get the big splash when you're in the water and that kind of stuff. But yes.
Yeah, you also did the Green Lantern coaster.
I did, and I got to go on that quite a few times. Now, that had a slightly smaller line than the biggest roller coasters. So, but this one, it's super fun. You obviously being a roller coaster, you're expecting to go sideways and upside down, but it feels so quickly when you're on there, and when you're hanging upside down and going sideways kind of at the same time, it is a thrill, of course. It's super quick. Like, when you get off, you think, oh my goodness, that didn't take that long to get around that whole ride. But yeah, it's just a great experience. And, I'll always be a big kid. I don't think I'll ever grow up. I enjoy that kind of thing. So, the first time we went by ourselves, and the second day we had a friend come with us, so got them to come on as well. And we also...
And I believe her words were, I thought I was going to be sick, was the line that she used when she got off the Green Lantern ride, so...
Not my words, our friends' words. But yeah, I was lining up for that over and over again. And then we went through...
Yeah, we discovered a newer kind of ride that they've got now at Movie World as well, called the Justice League 3D The Ride, which is kind of interesting because it's almost like it runs in the same style as a ghost train almost, but you're given a laser tag gun, and there's a whole story, and all of the characters from the Justice League interact with you while you're on the ride. You walk in this great big door that welcomes you into the Justice League temple, and you can have a look at some of the photos of that up on our website because I've put them up at the moment on there. But yeah, you get onto the ride and you're told by Cyborg that these alien creatures have kind of attacked Earth and they are defeating the Justice League. So the Justice League needs your help, and these creatures are like little starfishes, and they jump on people's faces and take their soul out of them and then inhabit the body. So you then go on the ride through various rooms and through various kind of situations, and your job is to basically use your laser tag gun to shoot these little creatures. And you never know what's going to be around the next corner, do you, Lee? So you'll come around the corner and Superman's got one on his face and he's screaming at you to shoot it, and you get points for every one that you shoot, and you get bonus points for shooting the ones where one of the Justice League tells you to shoot a certain one or something like that. So yeah, it's a good ride. It's probably a ride that you could even take younger kids on as well, wouldn't you say, Lee?
Yeah, I think what I love about this one, it's for all age groups and all heights and sizes too. Some of the rides, or you, Dave, you're too tall for them. So, yeah. But this one...
If I went on some of the roller coasters, it would end up being the roller coaster from Final Destination because someone would end up with a head on their lap. So, yeah.
That's lovely. But, yeah, I think for this ride, it's not too fast-paced, but it's also fun. So you can have family members or friends...
According to their website, it travels at 2 kilometers per hour.
Yes,
so
you're not going to hurt yourself, that's for sure.
But it's got a good story behind it too, and you see all of the different Justice League characters.
Yeah, so, and we went on, when we came off it and just lined up and went through it again, actually, because it was a bit of fun, and, if you're a bit of a gamer or something, it's kind of a different kind of ride where you get to actually play an electronic game in. Really?
Yeah. It's like a video game, but like a three-dimensional video game, like they say, with everything right there in front of you. So, of course, there's also the Star Parade that happens each day as well. So Lee and I stuck around to watch the Star Parade, where you get to meet all of the stars from Warner Brothers and DC, and Marilyn Monroe makes an appearance, and things like that as well. But Lee, the big question that everybody loves to ask us whenever we do one of these specials is, what did you buy at Movie World?
Oh gosh, what did I buy this time? I can't remember. I remember what you bought.
What did I buy?
A huge Batman replica.
Yeah, so it's a one of the nano metal film scenes, basically, and the one that I bought is the Batcave from Justice League. So yeah, at some stage I'm going to have to sit down and build this Batcave because it has electronics and everything with it as well. So there's a bat signal that lights up and shoots towards the roof. The control panels on Batman's desk and everything all light up, and it's got most of the Justice League figurines in it as well, to go into that as well. So yeah, and we learnt something this time that we didn't know. There is a discount store at Movie World. Do you want to tell a little bit about that, Lee?
Yeah, so it's closer to where the Hollywood stunts.
So it's next to the Daily Planet. So if you walk up Main Street when you're at Movie World, and it is right next door to the Daily Planet facade.
Yeah, so it's a DC shop, obviously.
Yeah, so it's it has discount items that are about to end their run. But I did learn something as well. If you're going to buy anything DC related, make sure you go and check that store first, because there was a couple of things that were in that store at a reduced rate that was still at the
full rate
in the other store. So I bought myself a great Black Adam singlet top in there. I also bought a very, very cute 1960s Batman stuffed toy that's now going to sit on our bed. But yeah, my advice would be go and check out that store. Oh, and an awesome Matrix hat as well in there. So yeah.
I know who the shopper is.
Yes.
But I do remember what I bought from there now. I bought DC hair clips, actually, from
That's right.
one of the shops that's closest to the Green Lantern, actually. Yeah, because I find it hard to find those sorts of things usually. And yeah, when I go to conventions and things like that, I like to actually wear those sorts of things. Yep,
and you also reminded me of a couple of other things I bought too. I bought a cap from the Robert Pattinson Batman movie, and I also bought a Batmobile, a miniature Batmobile that was the replica of the one that we went on the ride with as well. So
and this is why we needed an extra bag on the plane home, because someone in our family is a shopper.
Definitely. Well, we're going to take a break in a moment. We're going to take a listen to a track, and then we're going to come back and talk about two things that if you want to see at Movie World, you are going to have to book your tickets very, very quickly, because they are ending very, very soon. So, yeah, we'll be back in just a moment with talking about those as well.